Hey there! Hey, if you're here, you're on the right channel. Welcome to Ham Radio. We're gonna start shortly. You might wanna grab a cold one, grab yourself a little bit of a beverage, and just stick around. I'm sure it's not gonna be too long now.
Hey, I'm here too, you know. Do everything that guy says. And we'll be on just shortly.
Hey there! Hey, if you're here, you're on the right channel. Welcome to Ham Radio. We're gonna start shortly. You might wanna grab a cold one, grab yourself a little bit of a beverage, and just stick around. I'm sure it's not gonna be too long now.
Hey, I'm here too, you know. Do everything that guy says. And we'll be on just shortly.
Hey there! Hey, if you're here, you're on the right channel. Welcome to Ham Radio. We're gonna start shortly. You might wanna grab a cold one, grab yourself a little bit of a beverage, and just stick around. I'm sure it's not gonna be too long now.
Hey, I'm here too, you know. Do everything that guy says. And we'll be on just
Welcome to Ham Radio. Why is the fucking
Give it a second. Give it a second.
Okay. Yeah, give it a second.
Ooh, you saw that? Isn't that
Yes.
dope? I didn't adjust that.
Okay. All right. I was wondering. I'm like, why isn't the
I didn't adjust that.
the thing is not adjusted there? Welcome to Ham Radio. A little bit added production value. This time we're using a camera to make sure
real
that
camera.
everything looks better here. Which I don't like that it's a little bit shows you the kind of like the detail on my forehead. Right, shows you the sweat,
The layers.
I need to exfoliate now next time before this. But we're here on a Saturday. The wondrous SpaceX we just witnessed, and my heart's still
emotional.
racing from watching that. Even though it's two dudes, but watching it, like I don't know if you saw the one of the original space launches that went wrong.
From like 16,
The Columbia,
15.
the Challenger. Yeah, that shit's terrifying because then you see it and it's literally helpless. You just see the thing fall apart and destroy itself.
But it's going to the station and then coming back, or what's it? No,
I have no idea.
it's taking them to the station, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And that's it. And then from there, what happens to that shuttle? Is it supposed to make its way back to
I don't know.
to freedom?
I don't know. Okay, to freedom. But I do love that it was everything. Why is your head so big? That's funny. I haven't even zoomed in.
I think the angle's good, bro.
Yeah, we got to play with the angles, and maybe and next time I'll bring in the bigger lens, but that's a fat one. That's a fat one. But yeah, I was watching that and I was pretty much dying. I was sweating. I still have a sweat. I still have beads of sweat from
Because it's
that.
America. It's freedom.
Well, it's not only that, but it's also what if something goes wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bunch of people that are smarter than any of us could ever be in our entire lives. But then what if? What if there's, because the Challenger, the Columbia, it was one thing. It was a piece of, I think, insulating foam that ended up being not the proper specifications.
That's what they told you.
Okay.
I think the truth is...
You're doing it that way. Do they do that hat in your size? It's a one size fit all. We're here in UME Studios, Florida. All right, UME Studios, the forefront and the proprietor of the greatest podcast in the history of Magic, which is not really a Magic podcast, which is why it's not on the Magic Reddit. It's not on a Magic subreddit.
Have we been removed from there?
No, we haven't been added.
Oh,
so if you look at the, it's like, hey, what? There's like a list. I think they have like a little posting there saying what are the best Magic podcasts. We're not there.
I need to write a letter to the people over at Reddit and let them know that we need to be there.
Send a letter, which is apparently the only way that I could cancel my gym membership is sending a fucking letter.
I cannot work out anymore.
Well, they said I called a lady to cancel the gym, and she goes, "Oh, so you have two options: either come to the gym and cancel." It's like, "But you're closed." It's like, "Yeah, but we're gonna be opening in a whenever we're gonna open." I'm like, "Okay, so that's not an option." Or send a letter. The fuck kind of sending a letter? Why would I send a letter?
That's almost condescending.
Yeah. Like, but then what if? How can they guarantee that it's me sending them the letter? Right? Ooh. Why can't I send an email? Can I just send an email and cancel?
Well, who's gonna open up the email?
Whoever's in charge of cancellations
versus the person that has to go out and go to the PO box and get the.
I'm sure it goes directly to headquarters, but I just found it weird. Like, why would you have this antiquated system?
Gyms are a scam.
Include a Polaroid.
Membership gyms are a scam.
That's mommy high education.
See,
yeah, but this one is a month-to-month one. It's not like you're signing.
But even then, because I went with my girl to the one over there, by that Walgreens that got redone and now it's a gym, and. So it was weird because we went over there. She's month to month. They made her pay a fee to sign up.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she downgraded from the premium to the regular one.
For the premium.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we're like, oh, you know what? I want to go back to the premium. Well, now there's another fee to jump back to the premium.
That makes sense.
Like, dude, it was just like.
Yeah, but you expect that when they're charging you $10 a month.
Yeah, but it's a scam, bro.
It is.
It's a scam. Bro.
Okay, but compared to
no one needs a gym.
Some people need a gym.
No, I don't need a gym. This is natural.
Okay, so you're one of those body positivity people. Healthy at any weight. Healthy at any weight.
I'm at a healthy weight right now.
Okay, all right. What'd you say the other day? You said something about a reference, so you're like, oh, because I'm fat.
Yeah, bro, but my dick fat.
Okay,
I'm dick fat. See, I'm dick fat. I'm not like body fat.
Well, you were talking about how you're.
Don't look at my dick, bro. I saw you looking.
You said on how you couldn't see your dick because you're fat.
Yeah, only when it's cold.
Funny. The rocket launch went super smooth. Musk for Prez. Yeah, I saw that, but it's always apprehension. My palms are sweaty. Even if, I have no connection to these two individuals, it's still scary to see them pretty much traverse. What they say? They're supersonic at this point. They're going
Mach 1. They broke Mach 1.
What the fuck?
That's pretty fucking.
And they're just there like in a little, pretty much in the equivalent of a small toilet. Just
yeah.
Oh.
But you saw how advanced it. Well, I mean, I don't know if you saw it this time, but the launch that they were trying to get on last week or earlier last week, they did like a whole like little show of the inside of the thing. Dude, it's super high tech now. From like back in the day, it was all like knobs.
Yeah.
Now it's touchscreen.
I feel like most of those are for show. Like most of those are. There's I forgot what episode of there's like Star Trek where they have extras do like, hey, go ahead. Their direction is play with the knobs on the wall.
Makes sense.
And then they're doing this thing. They're just doing this. So you have an extra in the back that's just moving the thing up and
that's
down.
what's keeping the shuttle alive.
The one guy doing this.
That right there. Right. That guy gets paid $80,000 a year.
Is the one crucial member. A magician with a fedora. Shoot me now. Yeah, I don't understand why.
I'm not a magician. That. I'm just a regular person with a fedora.
That's even worse. Because yeah.
I should have stick with the magician.
What? Gator poon levels of humor. That's almost like you have to vote in person for it to count for Daniel's party, says Lindsay Harvey. That's funny.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Well, I think it's a reference to Trump saying that mail-in ballots leads to potential fraud. I think I might be a little bit of a stretch.
I mean, I don't trust the mail, bro.
You don't trust the mail. Well, apparently It's the only refined way that I could actually say, hey, this is me and I want to cancel the gym, which is ludicrous.
It's
and not
Pickett
the rapper.
Rodriguez. I no longer want to be hard body.
Well, what's great about looking at the shuttle launch? What's fantastic is seeing the comments, because I was looking at the first one that came up for me was Fox News, funny enough. And all the comments were, somewhat MAGA, right? Like, oh, MAGA, thank you, Trump, yada, 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 God bless this. And then a lot of the comments were in reference to the earth being flat and this being a scam and a sham.
That makes sense.
So it's like, oh, wait, hold up. Why is this camera showing?
That's why I went at an angle.
Yeah. It's like, hey, why are they at an angle? So what I love is I would love to see maybe a week from now all the videos of people breaking down the actual flight and saying like, oh, see, this is why the earth is flat because of this instance right here.
Bingo.
This frame, and it's always red circles. This frame right here indicates that there's no way. There's no way.
So you are a believer that the earth is round and not flat?
Yes, Daniel.
Nice.
Are you trying to instigate me?
No, I'm asking a question,
Okay.
dude, because I also feel that the earth is round and not flat.
Okay.
We could be in agreement once in a while.
Okay. Yeah, but in this case, it seemed like you were going to be...
Why you always go down a negative path, bro?
Because you have a lot of beliefs that are, I would say, out there due to your copious marijuana.
Ovo, it's not round.
Well, okay. Well, this because of the gravity, Daniel. That's why the... Okay. Body positivity also flies to short people. Applies. Okay. Does it apply to short people? Because I remember...
Small dicks?
What?
What applies to small people?
I just said it and you weren't paying attention.
That's not true.
Okay. I said, Brian says body positivity also applies to short people.
But does it?
No, because I'll tell you what case study shows that body positivity doesn't apply to, short, what is it? Height disabled people. Disabled people is, remember the whole incident with the bagel guy? The short guy at the bagel store? He's
Who
like
bought a bagel?
4'8". Yeah, but he was, I forgot what it was that he did, but he had a whole bitch fit because somebody was making fun of him and he was like 4'8". And his life matters too. All right. If he was, I would say, I don't know, maybe a POC. I think maybe that would have gotten a little bit more. Person of color.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Person of
POS.
culture, maybe?
Maybe. Okay, that could be it. But this individual was, I think, getting bitched at a bagel store. It was like a couple months ago. And he was bagel guy. Angry, short bagel guy.
Was he white?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he was there with like
Privileged.
Danny feels like it's round. It's his instinct.
Yeah. You see, bro? My instincts are on point, baby.
So today we have an action-packed episode. Action. What did we say a couple weeks ago about not interrupting each other?
Yeah, but sound effects don't count.
They do count. They count more than actual interruptions. We have an action-packed episode of Ham Radio for you guys today. We're going to talk about a little bit of a documentary that I watched yesterday, which I think is fairly interesting. I want to get your feedback on it, Daniel, since you somewhat, I think that there were explosions as a part of this national tragedy. Don't laugh.
I'm not. I'm waiting to do for my cue.
Okay, that's one thing. Also, I think you wanted to... We're going through a very... very treacherous time in history right now where...
Oh, he just fucked up my cue.
Okay, what's your cue?
No, because now I was going to make a sound effect and the route you're going, I'll just sound like a dickhead by making my fucking sound effects.
Yeah, but
so
you sound like a dickhead.
Never mind, bro. Go, bro.
Okay, we're going through a treacherous period in time where right now in this particular... I don't know if it's happening. Are they still happening? These protests happening right now? These riots?
It's live.
As it's happening?
It's going.
Okay.
It's going in Texas, California, here in South Florida. What's this place where it happened at Minnesota? No, not Minnesota. It's Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Chicago, I believe. New York.
I was telling you before the stream, I need to get a gun. And you're like, well, now there's a grace period.
It's always been a grace period.
Yeah, but you should have anticipated. So now you have to wait.
I've been pushing you to get one, man.
I know, I want one, but
not pushing, encouraging.
Well, you're also saying now, like, oh, but you got to be responsible and go shooting. And I'm like,
because I want you to take the right steps to owning it. It's not like buying a motorcycle. Okay, it stopped working.
Okay,
you take it to a mechanic and be like, hey, here's some money, fix it.
Or
you know what I mean?
Or what I was gonna say is, okay, but I don't want to talk to this Daniel. I want to talk to 18-year-olds. I just bought a shotgun just because I turned 18.
I remember when I came home with that shotgun.
Yeah,
bro, my parents almost killed me.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're 18,
almost killed me,
and you have a cigarette hanging out your mouth. I can't wait. Like, look what I got.
Hey, mom.
Look what I got.
A fucking shotgun.
You got a cigarette and a shotgun.
Yeah, but even then, I'll be honest. Look. I will. just because I bought a gun on impulse doesn't mean I was irresponsible.
Okay, but
Okay, because I bought the bag, I bought the lock, I made sure that I got the right rounds. I got
okay, but even then, you still came home with a shotgun without any sort of previous experience shooting shotguns.
That's not true. Yeah, no, but no one has experience shooting shotguns, bro.
Yeah, maybe you go to a gun range and you want something.
No one says I'll take the 12 gauger.
Well, to practice.
I'm gonna give the 12 gauger a fucking spin.
Maybe.
No one gets a 12 gauge.
Okay, but then you also say nobody
It's a
gets
lease. Fun. It's not a fun gun to shoot.
I thought you said it's a lease. I'm like, it's a lease.
No, it's also I got it on layaway.
You're still paying it off. I love these by the way, lease programs now that are like, oh no, you could pay $3 a month
For 12 years.
Like, okay, that's a little bit odd. I'm sure somebody somewhere is getting
It's a scam.
It is, yeah.
Because I was paying myself. Listen to this scam. I didn't tell you the scam.
Okay.
So my cell phone that I financed.
They can't see you.
Okay, yeah, they can.
Oh wow.
I'm there.
Okay.
Come on, bro. It's automatic. I do this and the camera's like, whoa.
That's not true.
But my cell phone, right? It's been a set fee. I think it's like I pay like $70 a month just to like, to pay it off, whatever it is. After it got to a certain level of or balance,
okay,
it brought it down to $3 a month. So
Why?
for a while, because it does on Mac. So for a while, I'm like, damn, did I pay off my cell phone? Because I haven't noticed that I've been charged, the $70 hitter. I went online and it went from $70 to $3 to
30.
keep me from $70 to $3 a month.
$3. Okay.
To keep me going, bro. And they keep charging that interest.
Okay, but how did it go from 70 to 3?
Because the balance went, I guess there's like a trigger for the balance. So
Okay.
it went down below like a certain balance. Like, okay, your minimum payment amount go from $70 to $3.
Okay. Well, I'm sure.
How many people fall for that shit or don't pay attention to that shit?
I'm
And
sure
then
everyone.
the interest rates, but that's how the banks make their money, bro.
Okay.
It's like the dumb person not paying attention. Like I just happen to like.
I feel like there's user error, but I don't know enough information about the situation to say that it's you.
It's a scam, bro.
Okay.
Agree with me, dude.
Let's get back on topic. Is it really a topic? Vertically challenged. Yeah, that's better. I like vertically challenged individuals. We deserve rights too. Okay.
Well, not according to the federal law. I was thinking. I know it's race, color, gender, age.
Yeah, but we deserve rights too. All right. I want to vote. I want to be allowed to vote.
Medical.
This is medical. Being short.
I'm trying to think of the other one.
But here's the thing. I forgot what the cutoff for midgets are, but it's definitely not 5'2", 5'3". Okay, that's not the cutoff. Okay, it's,
with shoes on or without shoes.
Well, I mean, yeah, that adds a little bit of
with heels or without heels.
A little bit of piquitas here. But yeah, so you showing me a video right now that they were doing some protests here. Protests. Notice the difference. They were doing some protests here with people chanting and saying shit, and they're doing riots elsewhere.
Yeah, elsewhere.
Which is a little bit ridiculous. There's a lot of back and forth on that, a lot of different angles on that. But I've learned, and I think the past couple of days have really, my blood pressure has elevated just reading Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that there's a thing called Black People Twitter, right? There are certain subsects of Twitter.
Oh, okay. I'm like, as in Twitter, like their own app.
Within Twitter.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
Twitter.
an app called Black People Twitter.
You don't want to go down the rabbit hole of Black People Twitter because then you start seeing people calling each other kings. And you start getting to the Black Israelites. Do you know who those are?
Who?
The Black Israelites. Those are the people.
That sounds like a good fucking rap group.
But this is when you start swimming through the abyss.
Oh, I'm like swimming in pussy.
Well, yeah. Well, let's just take that part of my life away for a second. But when you swim and you're doing research and looking at Black People Twitter, you start seeing when you get deep enough, you start seeing the people. Said. You're gonna let me talk.
Sorry, bro.
Okay.
But you set me up. I'm sorry. Set me up. Go. Swimming.
Literally giving me acid reflux. You swimming through this. There's a lot of people that start making the argument, Daniel, that the blacks were the original kings, and people like Shakespeare were black, and people like King James and Jesus was African American, even though technically Jesus was a darker man than portrayed by the Christian six-pack. That's what I love too. That the
Jesus cut.
All these things are like showing Jesus with like a 9-pack. First of all, those are skinny abs that you get from starvation.
Yeah.
That's number one.
It's not fair.
And number two, if you ever see I think we talked about this before, but if you see like the actual depiction of how Jesus looked like, it's like a short Arab looking dude. Like I look more like Jesus.
He was Jewish. Wasn't he Jewish?
Well, he's Jewish, yeah. But allegedly.
I got to say something though.
Okay.
I've always believed that Jesus was female. So I don't think that Jesus, I've always thought Jesus was a female.
Okay, and why do you think that retarded?
That's not retarded. You don't know the truth.
Yeah, but why would you?
Okay,
think
just
he's
because
female?
there's a bunch of crosses with a dude,
Okay, so
they could have confused a
historically.
really ugly woman and thought it was a guy.
Okay, because you skipped history class, Daniel, and any sort of semblance of historical accuracy.
There's no
in high
historical
school.
accuracy with
Okay.
Jesus, bro.
There were like hundreds of people claiming to be something that they weren't, which is messiahs, right? There were a bunch. You had Jesus, you had I forgot what this something of Apollonius or whatever. I think I've mentioned it before as a joke. But here's the thing, Daniel. They were all males because it was a
They were
predominantly
ugly women back then too, bro.
masculine society. It was very male forward. It was very women, stays and takes care of the kids, and the man is the one in charge. That's how society was.
Could have been a
Even-
progressive race.
So what you're saying is that people looked up to a female messiah.
Who possibly may have looked like Alanis Morissette.
I can't believe I fucking you. Okay. Height is not essential. Height is not essential. Are those? Oh, okay. You're saying that I should go protest. Height is not
Oh, we
essential.
should go to the protest.
You should, yeah.
You wanna go?
It's two white males. We could smoke cigars outside the fucking protest.
This 98-degree weather.
I
But
think-
hold on. So they taught you about Jesus in history class?
Well, not that necessarily, but when it comes to studying religion,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
We
an
didn't study
aspect of
religion at
history.
all.
Okay, but you have to still study religions of different cultures. So you studied Asian religion, you studied African, Greek is a big one. Then you looked at European religion. How do you not
Because
know?
we didn't. All right, so we definitely
Okay.
studied Christianity, right? I can
Okay.
recall that. We definitely studied about the Romans and the Greek gods,
Okay,
right?
all right,
I can tell you right now, we never studied about any Arab cultures.
okay.
We never studied about the Indian culture. We never studied about the African culture.
Did you ever take world history?
Yeah,
Well,
Dude.
then they were doing you dirty, dog.
that or I should have really gone to class. You know what?
Yeah, I feel
Never
like-
mind. Now that I think about it, I probably never went to class. Never mind.
Oh, what's the?
I just thought of that. Maybe I should have gone to class to pay attention. Yeah, no, my bad. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay,
Makes
good.
sense.
And you're here arguing, by the way.
Makes
You're here
sense.
like, no, man. Listen,
Makes
dude.
sense.
You're out here behind the bleachers smoking pot. I think the only people we should be able to legally discriminate against are the non-midget short people. Non-midget short people. God fucking damn it. I should. Could you
What's a
imagine
non-midget short person?
non-midget short person? So a short person that's not qualified as a midget. So like I'm tall enough that I'm not legally a midget.
So if legally to be a short person, it's 4.8 feet,
Mm-hmm.
you are 4.85.
Probably. But I love the you've seen that meme of like 7-foot dudes versus 6'11" people. And it's like 7-foot people, or no, 6-foot people versus 5'11" people, right? And then you have the 5'11" people are like my height, and then the 6-foot people are like buildings. Just because that's the way. If you're 5'11", it's like no, only dudes above 6 feet. That's the standard Tinder requirement from. By the way,
I know someone like that.
obese women. Obese women are the
Or
ones.
women who are way beyond their prime.
Well, I've seen my favorite ones are like force and obese women having qualifications. It's like you have to make over 100K a year, and I've seen this. I'm not
I've
saying this
introduced
from,
you to one. We've
Have
gone
you?
out to have some drinks
That's
with
one?
one.
That's like you gotta be 6 foot, more than 6 feet tall,
You can't be you can't be fat, but you can't be jacked.
mind you.
Okay.
People like this are like
Retarded.
force, like, and then either fours or
What would you
400.
rate that person that we went out with that one time to go eat
Face
or drink with? Everything.
everything. Body's great. I like height.
I think she's like a 4, dude.
Total.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say body.
She's a Jada Cole's 8.
Jada Cole's 8 for sure.
She's a Jada Cole's 8.
Body was good, and only because you pointed it out.
Did I motorboard her that
grossly. Yeah, but yeah, face no, but the body, yeah, I could, yeah, it's good. I mean, I think it was good. At least my standards. I know your standards. Your standards are like
Say shit.
no, your standards.
Say shit,
I'm
bro.
not saying your standards are shit, but I'm saying your standards are change depending on the conversation. So, dude, what you don't have the right
You don't
to
have
talk
the right.
about it, and then suddenly you'll be like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that bitch. How one or the other. One or the other. Dan.
I'm not black and white, bro. Sometimes
Okay,
I'm a little gray.
Speaking of black and white, could you imagine a fucking YouTube video that would be fucking The YouTube video of me getting my ass handed to me. If we go
By
to
me
these...
with sockums or
Okay.
talking shit.
Okay, so what you're doing is gator pooning. You're gator pooning right now. Could you imagine, Daniel, if we go to the protests and I have a sign there, right? All these people are protesting. By the way, they're not protesting about George. They're protesting about...
I didn't see what they were protesting. Were they...
Well, it's... You know
you
what?
think it's... Okay, go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a whole rabbit hole that it's not even worth to talk about, honestly. But it's a lot. Could you imagine if I go in there? All right, these people are protesting. Let's say they're protesting about black rights and stuff, and I go in there with my short people lives matter, and I'm there like, yeah, short people, we matter too. Short people, because all the chants are autistic, right? So I go in there, and then eventually they just stop talking and they hear me chanting, and they're like, "Yo, beat that little
fuck that guy up."
Beat that little. That would be the best YouTube video. Just them stomping my head in.
Pues esa vaina aquí no lo queremos.
That's not what they're gonna say at all. That's not at all what they're gonna be talking.
That's what I mean. It's what's in the area.
Yeah, but the people protesting are not what sounds like to be Central American, South American people.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Hey Piggy, I sent you something on Instagram. Let me know what you think of it. Okay, I'll check it out. If it's magic related, I rather go to a protest and protest my height, just and get beat up. Don't listen to him. Daniel Pigcake knows nothing about Jesus or religion, which is kind of odd. You know what's funny? In the previous video, if you looked at the comment, somebody left a comment saying like, "Hey Pigcake, I've studied the occult and the this sort of thing."
Our channel?
Yeah, well, the ham radio. Some guy left a comment and he said, "What you're doing by talking about him is giving him strength and giving his what do you call this? His curse more power."
Are we talking about that retard?
No, dude. I'm talking about one comment that somebody left, which is kind of funny.
Is it in reference to?
Yeah, talking about in reference to the guy who cursed me. Look at this dude on a fucking scooter. By the way, holding a scooter.
Oh, he stole that scooter. He stole that. He's a scooter stealer. He probably beat up 2 little kids for those scooters, bro.
Maybe. He's white though. But as I'm talking about,
whites don't live in this neighborhood.
That's a white kid.
That was not a white kid.
Okay, well, first of all, that was more of a joke, and second of all, that was definitely a white kid.
That would bring up the property value so much.
Okay, my goodness, but yeah, we're talking about this individual, and it's on the I'm cursed. Somebody left a comment. Yeah, I'm literally telling you the comment, and you have to go through.
Oh, because I was in
finding a Hope Diamond to look for the actual.
Oh, can I continue?
You don't. Okay, if you want to.
Okay, that's what I
told you the comment.
Oh, go ahead, say it.
I told you. I literally told you. It's a guy saying that I'm giving him more power by giving him attention.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good comment.
When I said that, what were you doing? Like in your head, you were thinking of a cow.
Well, I saw a dude riding a scooter, and then I'm like, dude. Then you called him white. I'm like, wow, my property value went up in price, and then I got distracted. I'm back.
Whites just carry skateboards at a black protest. That's another video we saw in the LA, right? There was a cop car.
That was in the CNN building was in Atlanta last night.
No, okay, but I'm talking about the one that I just showed you about a cop car, and it was the cop car.
I think that was LA, yeah.
A bunch of people stomping on it, and dudes hitting it with skateboards. Really shitty.
I'm a little torn, bro, to be honest with this shit, bro, because part of me is like, it looks a little staged too, bro. Some of the stuff just looks a little weird, bro. I don't know, man.
Well, it's not staged. It's definitely
or set up or
organized. A little bit too organized.
Yeah, man.
For for it to appear like
so hear me out, dude. So hear me out. Where do I go to find out where the hell the protests are going on? I found out it's going on through freaking someone posted, "Oh, look, I'm driving downtown."
That's exactly it,
right? But how did that group gather and make signs for that shit?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of questions for this shit.
I mean, I feel that I know enough people, right? Where if something's gonna go down, I'd be in that group, or I would see something, a post in my social media. Like I feel like I know enough people, especially in the city, that if they're gonna I have friends that are car guys. I know every car event that's going on, but I never know any protest shit that's going on.
Well, for example, I saw the protest here that was here downtown. You had
I know, but did you see?
Instagram?
But did you see the invite? Did you get the invite? Did you see the location, the time, what to bring? Right, that's the part that I'm tripping out.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. I don't understand.
How did they get this information, dude? I want don't get me wrong. I'd love to go and
That's funny.
What are you laughing at?
No, I'm laughing at this guy that said it's about the magic on Instagram. that has said it's something about magic, but it's something we collectively hate about it. That's funny. So at least it's something good. But yeah, no, you're right. It's definitely the organization is a little bit suspicious in terms of that, and also the purpose.
I mean, look at how when we organize something, it's never on time.
Yeah,
we get it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we lose focus. Like yesterday, I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna scoop you up so we could do this thing," and then I'm like, "Oh, look, mosquito," and we never saw each other yesterday.
Okay, that's true.
You know?
Well, that's what it was. You got distracted by a mosquito.
I'm just trying to be like a joke about it.
I ended up doing nothing, by the way. I ended up just staying
what a
home.
shame.
I know. It's kind of shitty. What the fuck is on Daniel's head? Unfortunately, it's a fedora.
Because my hair looks like... Look at this hair, guys.
That looks better than a fucking fedora.
It does not look better, dude. This hair is fucking... Ugh, son.
You literally have... I'm not even kidding. 24 hats in your car.
Yeah, but they're all dirty. I gotta wash them.
You said that for
and I have like a drawer full like another 40 hats.
And
in there.
why do you not choose?
Because look at how poofy this hair is, son. You can't hide this fucking shit, bro.
I have.
Bro, but your hair is up to here. My hair's still like in the ugly phase, dude. Look,
That looks better. Looks better.
Shut the fuck up.
Tapic says, I don't understand why they have to tear up businesses that have nothing to do with the police brutality. That's the thing that is a lot of arguments between the bipartisans or the bipartisanship argument that's taking place, because you have a lot of arguments saying, oh, now people care of a certain group when businesses are being torn down. They didn't care about this George Floyd being killed by the cop, which is, again, asinine. But then you have people saying like, oh, the cops in general are just shit. And really it's these individuals that happen to, overstep their power. But the worst part is that it's not going to be the companies at the end of the day that are going to suffer. Target is not going to suffer. AutoZone is not going to suffer. They have what? They have insurance.
They have insurance.
Right? Who's going to suffer?
And it's a major corporation too, which if that store goes down, it doesn't affect their bottom dollar.
Of course not.
They have another 800 fucking stores.
But who's going to suffer?
Yeah, the employees that can't go to work.
Yeah.
And that store's not going to get rebuilt for a good 2-3, and especially now with the shit, with the Rona, supplies are fucking rough, man.
It's kind of shitty. But let me ask you, so if, for example, a building like a Target gets burnt down for whatever reason, what do the employees get paid?
Probably not. Probably not, because I mean, I don't know, because things have changed, especially with like all this shit going on right now. Insurance has changed, but I don't think you're gonna put an employee on furlough or some sort of like paid leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what my company had to go through just to give us our fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, we went through a battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for us to get approved for stuff.
It's
and we're a big company.
Yeah. What the fuck up? No justice, no peace, says Liam Tui. It's weird because maybe your party is pushing for the violence by handing out science. We sure aren't talking about COVID. Well, I mean, the thing is that it's very easy to go and say one party this, another party that, but at the end of the day, I think it boils down to behavior.
Yeah.
And what's shitty is that these fucking cops decided to take advantage. Again, the whole story is not out there, right? There isn't a whole story, so the only thing that we can make are assumptions based on. And
then the justice process still needs to go through.
Well, it's not even that, but at the end of the day, what they did is disgusting, right?
For sure.
You're putting your neck on the shit.
You put a life.
So even if they were holding him down, even if they went and exceeded the necessary force in order to subdue an individual.
Very ugly.
So that's the part that's shitty. Now the response is shitty as well. Yeah. Right? Not as shitty as murder, but it's definitely shitty in the sense that now you are affecting people that have nothing to do with anything. They're just trying to work.
Not only that, you're now all right. Valid. Very valid. I also feel that, like what happened in Atlanta last night with the CNN building. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't like CNN, but it doesn't mean that I'm like, yo, for sure, go take that building down. But they shot a fucking flashbang grenade, which exploded in the middle of a group of cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what happens if, you paralyze someone, you hurt someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're, like, I don't know, man. Those, like, I also feel weird because it's like, I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to fucking protest to be heard, and you got to make a statement.
Not right.
I know, but you got to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, listen. I get it, bro. You got to make noise, and the noise is very important. However, the part where I'm torn, right, which is it's also weird because I've also never experienced. I mean, that's not true. I've experienced a little bit of racism, but not to where my life has been put in danger. You know what I'm saying? But I also feels like, damn, bro, like I feel like the message of what should be really going on here, you know what I'm saying, is getting a little diluted, because now I don't see this protest as this person, these individuals that were mistreated. I just see a bunch of people,
taking advantage of a situation.
Yeah, bro. And
taking advantage of a situation.
That shit scares me, man,
Yeah, that's why I want a gun. That's why I want a fucking gun.
Listen, bro.
I want a fucking gun, bro.
I know, man, but
I mean, it's obviously it's
weird.
hyperbole. It's hyperbole, but at the same time, it's definitely a shitty situation all around. And again, I think it boils down to behavior.
Yeah.
I really don't want to do the race card because I feel again it's more about behavior.
But it's not you, the race card. It's the whites versus the blacks. It's this white person attacked this black. No, but I'm saying like the narrative of the mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part that it's like that conversation with the Karens, or that conversation last week's show where we talked about the Karens out Karening each other. A white lady calls the cops on a black dude.
Yeah.
Like why does it have to be that? Why are we talking about that?
Well, she specifically said it was an African American.
But then we see the same thing where we see a situation where it was kind of like a race card in there, and they didn't make that their narrative. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
This issue.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the lady, but the lady is the one that said African American.
You know, I don't know, man.
It's a clusterfuck. You know what it is? It's a soup, and imagine you have a soup in the kitchen, right? And the soup drops, and somebody has to pick it up. But then instead of trying to remake the soup, you have 3 people come in there and take shits in it.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're trying to figure out who the fuck took a shit in the soup. But then on top of that shit, you have people now trying to rebuild the soup. Right, trying to put the ingredients back in, so it's just a clusterfuck and a shit soup.
Yeah,
essentially, it's what we have.
I mean, look, dude, I'm 18-year-old Danny is protest. You know what I'm saying? Your voice needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
What's that even gonna do?
Well, what's that gonna accomplish? Like your voice needs. Well, listen, dog, you can't stay quiet. I'll be honest with you, you can't stay quiet.
Okay, but it boils down. It's gonna boil down to behavior, and it's gonna boil down to having people be accountable for their actions.
I agree. So 18-year-old says you got to go out there. You got to protest. Your voice needs to be heard. 34-year-old Daniel says, but be smart about it, because don't be tricked. Don't be lured into a situation where the message, a very important message, a very powerful message that needs to get across, is now being diluted and is being hidden by someone else's agenda.
Well, yeah, but that's always going to be the case. Every time there's any sort of shooting, anytime there's any sort of incident where, it might be a race issue, it might not be. Anytime there's always people interjecting agendas and interjecting, hey, here's why this should be. It's always a gun argument, right?
Yeah.
That's the case when it's a shooting.
A race, a gun.
Yeah. But that just boils down to humans and humans being fallible and we being fucking essentially illogical, retarded beings. That's pretty much what it boils down to.
But here's the other thing, too, that not a lot of people know, too, is protesting is a corporate thing, dude.
What do you mean? Not a lot of people know this.
Okay.
What's that even mean?
Organized protesting.
Okay.
Is a business.
Yeah.
Organized protesting is a business.
Well, it's easy for anybody to take advantage of this. It's very easy.
I'll give you an example. When I used to work at the bank, I used to work for Wachovia back in the day, and I used to work in downtown. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I forget, there was something going on back then. There was a protest going against Wachovia. Honestly, back then I didn't really pay attention to it too much.
You mean that was stealing credit card? Or that was Wells Fargo later?
Well,
stealing credit card information.
Every single day, you had a group of people with a permit. Homeless people. First of all, no homeless person knows how to go get a permit.
Okay.
Like, come on, these guys. They don't have the money to file a permit. They don't have the money with a very nice sign made, protesting against the bank. Okay, they would all protest on Monday through Friday. Friday evening or Friday afternoon, go deposit a check.
Okay.
For being, then they got paid to protest. They got fed. They got transported. They would be taken back to their, to whatever area that they picked them up at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like an organized protest. So it's a business, dude. So even that's a business, man.
When was that though?
That was when?
No, why was that? Do you remember?
They were protesting. There's always a protest against a bank. Banks are the fucking shittiest,
Specifically Wells Fargo for stealing credit cards.
Wachovia at the time, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, rip. What's this? What's the fuck up? No justice. Oh, that was before he was charged.
Stay safe, bro. Liam over there, man.
I'm in Minneapolis. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Especially police being told to stand down, and it's shitty because so you assume that there's going to be some sort of counter force against protests because it's not going to, or rioting, which is what it is. You assume that there's going to be a counter force against that because if there isn't anything to stop the motion from going forward, then it's just going to keep going until they get tired, essentially, right?
Who gets tired?
Until the rioters get tired, until there's nothing left to burn down. So who's gonna stop them from doing that? Not the cops. Well, they're afraid of having another fucking incident, and especially the mayor, especially the governor. They're all going about this in a way where they're telling people to stand down. They're telling cops to stand down.
But here's the other crazy part too. I was reading an article on how the majority of the people that were arrested yesterday in Michigan were from out of the state.
Okay.
They weren't even in the state, or they're not from the state. They're not from the area. There are people being brought into the area to protest.
Yeah, same
That's
thing
the
what you're
part
saying.
that's also a little sus because it's like, dude, what?
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
very-
saying? And
it's
that's what I keep saying is don't fall for the bait.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you know, like some dude that posted up that video of Dallas, of him in Dallas, where they had a little section of bricks outside of this very classy, you know, area. They had bricks nicely placed there in the corner for people to, you know, like, hey, look,
Well, that's
there's
what
just a
we were
bunch of bricks
talking
here,
about.
you know?
We're talking about the before, and again, it's very easy to say, "Oh, look, a conspiracy," right? But at the same time, you know, you would assume that somebody would do due diligence and not have stacks of bricks around when they know that people are volatile.
It's also
you know?
the uneducated, bro. The uneducated. I feel. Well, I mean, I also don't want to sound like I'm insulting people, right? But
That probably looks sketchy as fuck. Says
The what?
Dan Pizza. Yeah, it's sketchy. It's fucking weird.
you know, what I mean? Like, I don't want to like insult anyone here. I don't want to like put anyone down. I don't want to feel like you need, dude. Your voice has
unnecessarily writing. I think it's
I know, bro. Hold on. But that's what I'm saying, though. Could it be? I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, the Eddie Bravo. I mean, the Eddie Bravo wants to come at me so hard, but it's like, who's gonna benefit from this stuff? Obviously, the people that are against the current political
insurance
system.
companies,
Well,
right? Do they benefit?
Well, no. The benefiters of the insurance companies are gonna benefit, not the insurance companies.
yeah,
You know.
I was gonna say like somebody out there is fucking making.
I was like, oh, that's my building.
Right?
Ferrari.
Got him.
You know.
They're burning this city to the fucking ground. I
Yeah,
need
man.
to get out. That's the worst part. And then I was seeing a couple, like, I guess they're somewhat humorous, but I was seeing a couple that they're like, oh shit, man, I feel like getting Arby's. And they're like, no, we burned that shit down. You can't get Arby's, man. It's almost like it's a nationwide issue, says Brian. Yeah, it's definitely a nationwide issue. But at the same time, again, I do think that the actions of a few are being generalized. And it's not all that. It's not all... that rule doesn't apply to most. It applies to minor, but it's just that the incidents are so severe that you can't help but get backlash from people.
Yeah.
So again, it's a really shitty thing. But that is very sus, especially you know, people from other states, bricks just randomly there. But that's again one incident. We don't know anything about it.
What was the other one?
Everyone seems to have
told you about undetonated flashbangs. Like, dude, homie, that's not how that works. Like, I don't know, man. I just say, look, man, it's okay to protest, bro, but be smart about it, guys, man. Look out, bro.
Well, okay, but protesting is one thing, rioting is another thing, and I think that there's being a mixing of things, and it seems like
smart,
protesting and rioting are seen as the same, and they're not. Rioting
not at
is, you know, you shouldn't do that.
Rioting is, but like again, here's where the 18 and the 35-year-old Daniel, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like a little gap here, right?
Yeah, but 18-year-old Daniel is ignorant.
Yeah, bro. I'm not saying he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, here's where I'm torn, right? You got to make noise, right? If you're not making noise, you're not being heard. I'm not encouraging the riots. What I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like here's where it's like that thin line. It's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird. And
Like,
nobody has the
I
answer.
feel torn by this because you got to fight. We got to fight for your rights, bro. It's a party.
That's funny, but nobody. The thing is that at the end of the day, I think the one thing is that nobody has the answer. There's not going to be a common solution because human behavior it's hard to change, right? One of the things that I remember studying when I was younger.
Persons are smart. People are stupid.
Persons are smart. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. Persons are smart.
Yeah.
Philip Zimbardo, right? Philip Zimbardo. He's a psychologist and he talks.
Sorry.
You are the worst. Philip Zimbardo, he's a psychologist and he talks about the psychology of evil and how people are susceptible to the environment. Now, he's turned around on a lot of the things that he used to preach. He's the guy that made the Stanford prison experiment, which is the one that they had a bunch of people act as prisoners, a bunch of people act as police, and the police pretty much stuck to their role and they took advantage of their position and power.
Yeah. And
they treated these prisoners like shit, even though the instructions were pretty, act like a cop or act like a prisoner. These guys were telling him like, do push-ups. I'm not gonna let you eat unless you do this shit. And they were taking advantage of their position and power. He did go back on a lot of shit, but the environment does definitely affect, I think, the person, and we're all equally prone to being pretty much having our. It's the argument about if you were in Nazi Germany back in the day, it's very easy for you to say, no, I would never do that. It's very easy for you to have been part of that and 100%. Part of that mentality back then, right? As a matter of fact, it would have been almost a guarantee that you would have had that same mentality against that certain group of people.
But it's like saying if someone gives you $1 million, I'll give you $100 to shoot a person. You're like, no, I wouldn't do that. How about I give you $100 million to shoot that person?
Okay, that's a very hood.
I know, but it's kind of like that thing because it dude, human nature, bro. Our habits are pretty much identical, bro. You know, we all kind of have the same habits.
Let's see. Protests and riots have always been a thing to invoke change. Boston Tea Party, Stonewall. Obviously, some things take advantage, but most have good intentions. But I think that's where history becomes such an important thing to learn about, because then once you understand those events, you see that we're trying not to make a circle. We're trying not to make the same mistakes that we used to make and get into unnecessary wars and have unnecessary conflict.
Yeah.
And, you know, if we're trying to avoid and trying to be somewhat peaceful, we can't fall back to human, you know, a tendency to rewrite history, not to rewrite history, but to repeat history.
Make the same mistakes.
And it's unfortunate.
So pay attention, bro.
You should get out there and do some card tricks. That'll make them disperse. That'd be a great time to do card tricks while somebody's trying to burn.
Sir, hold on. Put the flash grenade down for a second. Here, pick a card. Pick a card.
Sir, can you please try to, you know, put the Molotov cocktail down. Think of a card right now. That's the only one face down in the deck. But
imagine Peter Turner.
Peter Turner. I see. I'm smelling. I'm smelling some fire. I see riots. Like, yeah, Peter, you're literally surrounded by a riot right now. He's trying to pretend like I see a riot in my head. I'm trying to astrally project. But they're protesting wrong. They should go to the protest in front of the city hall. They should go protest in front of the police department.
They burned down a police department, bro. A police station. I'm sorry.
Not mess up grandma's shopping day. That's what Satchel says.
Well, look, they went down they burned down a police station, bro. That to me was like, wow.
I think there should be a difference between protest, riot, and movement. History is written by the winners, so there's a lot of lessons not being learned. That's true. Yeah, because at the same time, you look at, you know, suddenly the...
Can you imagine if Germany won?
Well, I mean, again, it would be a completely different mindset. But it's important to understand history, and it's important to understand that we're not supposed to make the same mistakes we once made, you know, and we don't learn that. We're keeping a cycle because it's human nature. Yeah. And we're all prone to human nature, unfortunately.
We're all vulnerable, man, to the same shit.
That's a cool flashbang. Here's some flash papers. Like, hey, light that up.
Look at this kid.
What kid?
Oh, there we go. Oh,
he gave his scooter to his bitch.
That's, you can learn a lesson in romance right there, bro.
He gave his scooter to his bitch.
Took a scooter to pick up his bitch, and then they're both scrolling.
You order some? Because
I order always. I mean,
Amazon shady shit.
We own stock in Amazon pretty much over here, bro.
The point of this fucking stream, all right, has been a documentary that I watched yesterday, Daniel. I went through a rabbit hole of documentaries yesterday, and that's why this is called She Wasn't There, because this particular documentary blew my fucking mind away, because it's, again, human nature.
That's the name of the documentary?
It's called She Wasn't, no, it's, what was it? The Woman Who Wasn't There, right? Yeah. That's what the documentary is called. And this is, you could find it for free on BitChute. So it's like YouTube's alternative. It's called BitChute. They're a little bit less lax when it comes to their copyright, I guess, copyright part. But it's a very interesting documentary about a woman. Are they seeing the article?
Huh?
Can they see the article?
No, I was waiting for you to give me the cue.
Okay, you could see the cue now. This, lost my shit watching this. Does it have a picture of the woman? I can't see it from there. But if they have a picture of the woman, I wish that they do. Because it's in the thumbnail. So it's this woman from Barcelona, and she had this very elongated story on how she was in the Twin Towers, and she was passed out, and she remembers waking up smelling her own flesh being burnt, and she remembers being carried by a firefighter and being carried by another person who actually saved I think 12 people.
Wow!
And he ended up passing away, and you know, a whole bunch of stuff, and she ended up. It would have been one thing to just make up the story, but she ended up starting a survivor group for 9/11 survivors. She ended up being one of the people that started this group. And she ended up having, you know, a bunch of survivors and organizing meetings and having an entire board dedicated to this thing, all on this lie. And it's one of these people that are perpetual liars. And if I have to recommend watching a documentary, it does get boring in a couple parts because a lot of talking.
Is it a multi-series or is it just one long one?
One is in 2012, I think, was the documentary.
How long was it?
It's like an hour and like 20.
Okay. That's a banger.
But the thing is that it does get boring in a sense that it's a lot of talking heads. But just what I love seeing is I love getting, like, having a liar get caught. That's one of my favorite things. So whenever they have like, that's why I've been watching First 48. Because one of my favorite things is when they sit a guy down and they give him maybe like two-thirds of all the evidence they have, right? So they give him 2/3 and they say, so where were you yesterday? Okay, that's interesting. So you were there. What do you think of these footprints? And then the guy goes, they look cool. They're interesting footprints. What do you think of this shot from this camera that we have of you yesterday, not at your house at this time? And then the pieces start forming in his head, and he goes, oh fuck. So they give him
lawyer.
They give him 2/3, but then they expect him to come up, and you just see him digging himself more in a rabbit hole.
People don't know to shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, shut up.
That's what I would do. I would shut the fuck up.
My favorite part of that show is having the lady go up to the it's always like a sergeant, and she goes, I'm gonna hit him with the God card. So I'm gonna go in there and hit him with the God card. And then you see the lady sit down, and she goes, pray with me. And she grabs the guy's hands. Lord Father, save us from this thing. But they're that's fucking gross. But the lady prays, and she goes, you could talk, purge your soul. And then the guy didn't talk. She goes outside, and she's like, fuck, almost got him. Almost got him. You fuck. God, they're so sneaky.
They're shady, bro.
But again, I love watching these liars get caught. And this woman, what they did, and the interesting part about this documentary is that they were doing a documentary on this woman. Bar just, assuming that her tale was true. And then what ended up happening is that there was a Times.
How did she get busted?
There was a New York Times reporter that was going to do a story on her. And
it's always a New York Times.
She broke down. She didn't want to give the guy information. And they're like, why would you not want to give information? She was already doing shady shit in the background. And what I love about her is that they were doing a documentary. And then the documentary makers are like, I don't think this bitch was there.
Wow.
And it turns out she was in fucking school in 2001. She was in fucking school, right? So she was graduating. And her graduation was in, I think, July or earlier, or 2002. And she was still in class in 2001. So around that time, she was in Barcelona. She wasn't in fucking New York.
Barcelona, wow.
Yeah. And then she lied about her husband. She lied about her name. So the entire thing is I definitely recommend watching this fucking...
Holy shit.
This shit. This is just... Watching this, it kept
That's
blowing.
So fucked up though, bro.
It is, because...
But now let me ask you a question. Now, so here's the other side of the coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do the goods justify the shitty fact that she wasn't there?
What's the goods?
The goods is that she put a group together of people. Maybe she helped out a lot of lives.
Yeah,
you know?
But there was also some back end stuff there too that you see.
Really?
That
she benefited financially.
No, she was benefiting from
sexually,
from the power, because she was working her way up to be president, right? And she kept stepping on people's toes. And there were people that my favorite thing is the people that defended her, and then are like, "Wow, that bitch got me." Wow. That bitch got me, because she was getting defended by all these people, like saying, how dare you question a survivor? How dare you question? And then they're like, wait a second. What's your husband's name? Dave. What's his last name? Erlerwich? Dave Erlerwich. I don't think that a Dave Erlerwich ever existed. What company did you work at? Merrill Lynch? Hey, Merrill Lynch, did you ever have an employee by the name of this? No. What?
See, should have been smart about it. Should have looked at someone that worked at Merrill Lynch, bro.
Yeah, but imagine, to question her, you're questioning somebody who's saying, I survived 9/11. So
that's true.
She thought she was bulletproof. She thought she was bulletproof.
She used that 9/11, and 9/11 was a fucking, let me tell you, bro, that's protection right there, bro.
But yeah, what ended up happening too is that the president of the board, right, of the company, or of the organization that she started, there was a board, and then the president, she tells the guy the day before they're doing votes to see who's the next president, she goes, I don't think you should show up tomorrow to the votes. And the guy's like, why? She goes, I just don't think you should show up, implying that he's not going to win. She ended up winning. He didn't go.
She told him that.
She told him that. Oh, and then she was trying to get to that position in the organization.
That's some shady shit.
Yeah. And then that's when he was like, wait a second. Obviously because he was fucking fucked, that it was like, wait, why would she do this? How is she this? What? Her story doesn't make sense. It's inconsistent.
In the New York Times, huh?
Yeah. And then here's the worst part. The parent of the person who supposedly saved her, the mom wanted to meet her, because like, wow, he saved, the original story was that he saved 12 people. Now this lady was the 13th person. It's like, I want to meet her because she's a survivor. She's one of the people that my son died, sacrificed himself to protect. So I want to meet this person,
Did she meet him?
Yeah. And then it's the whole fake of
face to face.
What? Dude, it was so fake.
That bitch right there is a psycho.
Yeah. And then
that's a psycho, bro.
Terrible woman.
How do you have the fucking like...
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And she never apologized. So after she was busted, she never said sorry.
Did you go to jail for anything?
She didn't. What the fuck are you going to go to jail for?
Dude.
There's literally nothing to go to jail for. So yeah, she didn't fucking apologize.
Let me tell you, dude. The New York Times, they've uncovered some shit. They were the ones that got onto Epstein originally.
Were they?
Yeah, dude. Because they were gonna do a piece on this fucking guy. There's another
Orgy Island.
Yeah. Well.
It's like, I'm trying to figure out different things that could indicate us that this guy was a sexual deviant and a pervert. Look at his money. Let's look at this financial log here.
And he screwed over, bro. Dude, that's another fucking documentary on Netflix. It's like a multi-part series on Epstein. That's a great one. That's a great one.
I don't trust Netflix. Right now, what I trust is looking at 1,000 things and seeing what makes the most sense, right? Because unfortunately, Netflix, everything is always trying to push something.
Epstein's alive, bro.
For this lady, again, even this documentary, I'm like, wait a second. This lady couldn't have been that bad. And then you start reading up the things, and you start looking at articles from like 2005, right? That were before she got caught. And you start looking up shit, and I'm like, wow, this goes way the fuck back. So that's what I've started to do now.
What was it, 2001, right?
2001. But then I think she got busted officially 2008, maybe.
That's a long run.
2012, one of those years. We live in a world where Alex Jones makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? It's not Alex Jones.
Come here, Joe Rogan.
It's the thought of Alex Jones that I don't. It's okay. It's unhealthy to have a conspiracy mindset and question everything, but
it's crazy.
At the same time, you should question a lot of things.
Everything.
Not everything. Because,
everything.
Okay. If you question everything, Daniel, then you're one of those people that's like, is the Earth flat? There's some things that logic and I don't know, somewhat
but
having.
Is it logical that the Earth is round?
Yes, Daniel.
How is it logical? Dude, you don't know this. Bro,
you skip school. How the fuck should I take your opinion? You're here questions like, did they teach anywhere?
I don't. Did they teach it in math class?
They teach math class. So
they taught that in math class.
So there are certain things that you could look and be like, okay, so if somebody's telling me that the sky is blue, and they're telling me that it's a projection, right, of blue that's trying to make people think that the sky is blue, is that more logical than it's a reflection? Because the atmosphere.
But the color blue is like man-made.
Okay, the construct of blue. But I'm saying we could look at that, and whether or not you decide to call that blue, that's still a certain color in your mind, is it not?
Yeah.
So if I tell you that that's a projection to try to make it seem
what if
like,
you're colorblind?
Then that's a different color.
Okay,
Daniel.
that makes sense.
Okay. All right. So right now what you're trying to do.
No, I'm looking at all the possibilities.
Okay. So if I told you to question the fact that the sky is blue, you would say, no, I could see the sky's blue. The attribution that we've given the color blue is what I perceive the sky to be. So there's no reason why I should question that. But if, for example,
that makes sense.
This lady makes an extraordinary claim, right? It's okay to question extraordinary claims because then you have to look behind the scenes and see what actually led to this particular situation. So questioning everything is ridiculous because you're going to then not trust anything. But questioning things that make sense to question, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay. Fuck. They just literally sent a rocket up, see the round Earth live. Yeah, that's funny. But you had in the comments people saying like, "Oh, is the Earth flat? You should look at this person's YouTube video." And then you look up from the Demon Magic video, Daniel. I am. You know what? I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of chronic retardation. Okay.
You're like Destiny's Child. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up.
But of retardation.
Okay, yeah.
The reason for that
I support you.
Is because I got so many DMs, I got so many comments, I got so many people saying like, "Huh? Wow? Really? Demons aren't real?" Take a look at this video.
Ooh.
And the video was of a prayer, a mosque, like an Arabic Muslim prayer, right? And I'm like, "What's this? Like, well, I don't get what's going on." He's like, "You don't see the levitation?" I see pixels. I see pixels, you fuck.
We shot with a webcam.
Right? Like, this guy shot it with, just like, oh, let me shoot it with one of these fucking camera oscuras from 1840. What are you looking at?
This fucking guy making a U-turn in front of my driveway.
Okay. Well, you have a very...
Should I get the shotgun?
U-turn friendly. I'm hungry now, right?
What do you feel like
I
eating?
got hit. I don't know. But you want to go somewhere?
I do, but I don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I guess. I don't
I'm
know.
still a little nervous about going to places.
But yeah, what I find funny is people are still questioning that. And then I get comments and I see another side of humanity that's pretty much encouraged by the internet to question things that shouldn't be questioned.
So what do you think is the problem with that? You think it's the accessibility to information?
It's the same thing that it's like certain people that have gotten fame should not be famous. Because they can't handle it. And you see the way they handle it is in a way that's self-destructive and destructive to the people around them. So it's the same thing. Certain people should not have... Unfortunately, they should because, that goes with freedom, right? Certain people should not have access to the fucking internet. Certain people do not qualify. You should have a license. Like, you know how everything's like, do you have a license, mate? It should be the same thing.
Do you
But
is
for
it
the
Peter
internet.
Turner asking for the license?
I'm seeing
I don't see a license in your wallet.
he's doing we need to get him. He sent me a message that he wants to do an Instagram live, right? He wants to do Instagram live, which I'm afraid of because he's gonna molest me when it comes to stuff. He's gonna think of a name. All right, not that one though.
Oh yeah, look at your pocket. There it is.
There it is.
What Peter Turner? Do you Peter Turner me, bro?
I don't have pockets, but he's like, you have pockets now.
Stop
Yeah.
putting things in my body, David Blaine.
Yeah. But I think we should get him. I think we should get him. That'd
I
be an
think Peter
interesting
Turner would
combo.
be the greatest person to have on fucking this live stream.
But hold up. So what, you got me with Peter Turner. Oh, certain people shouldn't have access to the internet because that just it's an echo chamber. So they're looking up things that pretty much reaffirm their own pre-existing beliefs. And I'm not saying that could be a bad thing if your beliefs are founded in logic, but some of these are not logical. It's logical to them.
Yeah.
Where they might see, oh yeah, we are controlled by lizard people, and these videos are examples.
Can't discredit that though.
These videos are credible evidence of the parliament of the parliament changing, transitioning to lizard people on camera. And George
I've heard
Bush,
things about Bush, bro.
yeah, that he's a lizard person.
Yeah,
Okay,
bro.
and then you look, it's like that looks like pixels to me. No, he's transforming.
They had 4K back in the 90s, right?
A flat Earth video would get you mad views and controversial comment section. You should totally do a troll video where you convince the Earth is flat and see what happens. I'm already upset that I
would be a
still
great
get
video.
views on the demon magic video. I still get 300 views.
Really?
Like either
Are you getting
every
money
2
from that?
days. I don't know if the video is monetized or
Oh, what a
demonetized.
piece of
It might be
shit.
because I use fucking footage from I think like Channel 7 or some shit. But I don't want to deal with that because already dealing with the retard. And then the best part is like, look at the comments. Look at everyone agreeing with us. Can you say
With
there's
us.
something wrong? Yeah. You have comments.
Stay strong, brother.
You have comments of people reaffirming that I'm a retard and calling me gay and shit. And they're like, this is just another.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I look at you all the time and I'm like,
Okay, but I make in the joke, and I fucking hate you. In the video, I make a lot of jokes that's like, "Yo, this guy's hot. This guy's hot." And they're like, "Not only is he a bigot,
it's the gayness.
He's gay.
The gayness is what the demons have control over you, bro.
but it's a bunch of that's, the demons are making this guy a gay." Which is, I look at those comments every once in a while. And I'm like, "You're a fuck."
Fuck, I had a comment. I was just until I just forgot it.
You have to get Peter on. Like things are logical to Danny when he smokes. That is
Yeah,
true.
man.
I've made 5 videos, one of which is the truth about demon magic, right? And then I made demon magic comments, and then I made demon magic comments volume 2, and it's just looking through the comments, and it's never ending. I could probably turn my channel into that single video.
Dude, you know how much money you'll make?
I'd make nothing because they would claim the video, they would fucking flag it. I'm surprised nobody's flagged the video. Like I don't have like a strike for saying making gay jokes or whatever about me being sexually
yeah, but gay
attracted.
as in like happy.
Okay. Oh, you would have done great. I could only imagine the levels you would have been with a decent like education. That wasn't on the street. That wasn't on the.
Hey dog.
You got a degree in thugonomics.
I got some fucking weed, bro.
Just because you're paranoid, don't mean they're not after you. Says Kurt Cobain, Dan Pizza. Yeah, why didn't you flip the card back over before you put it back down on the table? That's funny. Yeah, that should be another question that people ask magicians. Hey, let me ask you a question, right? I noticed that when that card kept coming to the top, you always flip the card over face down on top of the deck, and then you insert it into the middle. I never saw the card actually go in the middle. Oh, you switched the card. Like people thinking a little bit more logically. And
then they're like, oh.
phony! You're a phony! And more dumpster videos. Unfortunately, the dumpster video.
No more
I could
dumpster
only do
videos.
that because I had access to a dumpster because of my previous workplace. They were retarded enough to give me the master key. I stole the master key, by the way. And when
we should go back in there with our black mask and pretend
I
we're
don't have
riding.
it anymore.
Oh,
Okay. But I do know the code for the entering the school because they're retards.
What's
and the
the
code is
code?
like,
88888.
you're making fun of codes?
What's my code? What code? What codes are you making fun of me for?
I can make fun of your PIN code right now. I can make fun
No
of
one ever understand that pink. Oh, for my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, but that's because I don't want to
I'm
Think
willing to bet your PIN code for your card is something equally as retarded.
guess it.
Okay, so assuming knowing your phone code is your
What's
PIN
my phone code?
1234.
Oh, you got lucky.
Okay. Is your PIN code like 4132?
Ha! Nope.
Okay.
Easier than that.
Easier. Space boss.
It
You know
really
what it is?
is.
Space boss.
One.
What's
Two.
the, yeah,
Two.
and the code. Tell me the code. Yeah, fine. I'll tell you the code. What are the digits? 1,
1,
2.
2.
Yeah, I love that movie. I want to rewatch that movie when I get back. Danny looks like the type of person whose password is password. I'm always triggered by my mother being locked out of her fucking Sprint account for, I'm not even kidding, a month and a half because they managed to hack it in. And the way they hacked her shit was that her pastime was reading. What's your favorite pastime? Reading. Oh great. Your pastime is reading. Would you like to...
Have you seen the... Hold on, dude. Speaking of fucking passwords, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
Okay. Yeah.
The latest scam that's going on Instagram? Yo, y'all need to be careful with this one. I was like,
Okay, Claudia.
Yeah. So check it out. They hack into someone's account and they send you a message and they go, fuck, I should read it. He goes, hey, bro, don't get mad, but I did something with your pictures. And then it gives you a link.
Yeah, it's phishing. That's
You
called phishing.
click the link and it's a picture of your profile and asks you your password to log into it.
Okay. Yeah.
So you put your fucking...
It's not phishing. I don't know if that's phishing.
That's
technically.
super scammy, bro.
But that version has been a version or variation of that has been around forever. That's like a fake page.
That's like for sure my mom will fall for that.
Do you remember the old? They would have like 1-to-1, like your Rolex. They would have 1-to-1 imitations of websites.
That's a real Rolex.
Okay. Well, define real.
It works.
Yeah. Define real. But they have 1-to-1 websites where you click and it's pretty much a website designed to get your information. This is more prevalent, I think, back in the
.com era.
Yeah, but not so much now, but still, like now it's more for email. So you'll have like a fake email being sent by a company saying like, hey, your password's been compromised, change your password, and that sends you to their website and not your fucking website. But here it says they were protesting at the rocket launch in Florida.
Were they really?
Could you imagine? Like, no, we don't want.
Allowed.
We don't want. But I imagine like probably in the area, maybe. That's totally phishing. A Nubian prince needs your help. But I love getting emails.
I helped them out.
That's funny. Yeah, the Nigerian princes. I get emails. I always look at my spam folder from time to time, and they're very common. They're very common, right? Yeah. Like these emails are like. They're very formal, but they're formal, and I could almost hear the African accent as I'm reading the email. Like
the guy from
Mr. Big Cake. It has come to my attention. It's my terrible African accent.
The cradle of fucking civilization.
Yeah, but it's always like I don't know
Congo.
if you... What? Okay. What?
The Congo. That's how they sound like, dude.
Nigeria. All right, it's the Congo. Well,
Nigeria. No, that was a bad one.
Okay, but the emails are very formal. Right, of what they think. It's over. I don't know if the word is affectation or afflection, or I don't know what the word is, but they're too formal when it comes to their dialect, which is a dead giveaway, along from the fact that the email also says, hey, I don't know if you know this, but your ancestor or your uncle is a very rich person and he wants to transfer money to your account. It's like that.
My uncle would never have given me any money. Rest in peace, Theo. I love you, bro.
Yeah, bank websites were duplicated in India. That's fucking hysterical, right? Could you imagine?
How can I help you today?
I'm gonna log into Wells Fargo, and then you log into Wells Fargo, and it's like, ha, gotcha, bitch. Gotcha. Now I got your info.
And like you misspelled it by one letter.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah, that's well, if you look at Inject, like what's funny is that Inject, the app, right? It's like googled.com or it's Google, but Google for Q in the beginning. This guy got like a bunch of domains. I don't know how he did that, but he has like a
same
bunch
thing
of
for Pornhub.
Yeah.
You miss any letter on Pornhub, you go to Pornhub.
Yeah. They're smart. They're fucking smart. But yeah, the Denkalo says, I get these calls, by the way, all the time. Mind you, my apartment's pretty much the size of a shoebox, right? But it's like, hey, man, dude, you need and they're aggressive. So the call would be like, dude, listen, this is the 4th time we've called you, all right? Your home insurance is literally about to expire, and you haven't done anything.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
I'm like, what the fuck? Could you imagine that works?
I don't own a home, bro. I'm homeless.
Could you imagine that works, though? That has to work for...
Dude, I got Social Security.
Scam?
Yeah, bro. Oh. They called me for my dad. And I kept that guy on the phone, too. I was spoken with the guy for a little bit, bro. That's yeah, what do I do now? Tell me, bro. And then like, dude, fuck that guy.
My favorite thing is that, in order for us to fix your Social Security, you need to go to Western the cash transfer place. You need to go there and you need to send $50. It's always like $50, by the way.
Bro,
It's
have
always
you
like
seen the
$50.
Pablo Escobar phone scams?
Yeah.
How you can't pay with like a credit card? You have to go. It's bank transfer or Western Union.
Yeah,
shit?
I've been very tempted to get that phone because
Don't
if
do
it's
Actually,
a
I've been
fold,
meaning to tell you about this.
what?
We should send them an email that we're influencers,
Maybe.
and I think it'll work.
Yeah, but I still have to buy it.
No, they send it to you for free.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
All the YouTube influencers are getting a free phone.
that's
They're
fucking
like,
fun.
"Ha, sucker! We got your free phone." And then we
but
scammed the man.
for a fold, for a Galaxy Fold.
And now it's an iPhone 11 gold, a 24 karat gold plated.
That's the one that they're.
Yeah, dude, that's the new one. That's that new.
That's so dope. I would do that though. I'm like, yeah, I'm an influencer, but then imagine you're fucking with Pablo Escobar shit. Whenever I get scam calls, I say that I'm in a meeting, and it makes me feel good about myself. My phone move. I've done this forever, and I got angry from people that know me because maybe they might be calling from a number that you've gotten this before.
Or you just
You've gotten this. Yeah. Well, I pick up the phone and I go, and then I wait. Yeah. I wait
I
because
just put snot on my microphone.
my dude, if I don't fucking recognize your phone number, why the fuck you calling me?
Yeah, bitch.
So I'm gonna pick up. You better say hi. And if I don't recognize that number, you're about to get the shit hung up on you. Dog.
is this Pinky? How
The fuck you, bitch. The fuck. Yeah, I've noticed too from certain family members. The fuck that motherfucker.
Which one?
He puts my phone number whenever it's like a reward program or anything. He never puts his phone number. But I do the fucking same with him.
I used
So
to do the same thing for a friend of mine.
So I put so hey, is this? And then they'll say this person's
Robert.
name. Okay, they'll say this person's name, and I'm like, fucking cunt, you motherfucker, you piece of shit.
But that's not smart because he gives out his name. What I used to do is before I would always use one of my best friend's emails for everything, dude.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, his email was better than mine.
Okay.
And I used to get so mad that he got it before I got it.
Okay.
This is back in the @msn.com days.
So back in the that's another documentary I watched yesterday, by the way.
At MSN?
No, it was a documentary about this catfish. So it was like a catfish on a catfish on a catfish. It was like
Oh, you were telling me,
Yeah.
about the dude or someone that killed somebody?
yeah, over a dumb ignorant. I don't even want to say the twist, but that one's called Tall Hot Blonde. They're all on BitChute, by the way. All of these are on BitChute.com.
Spoiler, she was short.
You know what I need to do? I need to start re-uploading.
You need to send me this shit, dude.
Yeah, I
Or that website. So I can find some good
But
videos in there.
What I need to do is I need to go to every like one of these new sort of
YouTube.
who's to say that I can't be the most popular magician on like BitChute, on like the shitty YouTube competitor, right? All I just re-upload the videos that I already make. It's not like I'm putting extra effort. I should do that. I should do that.
For ham radio too, because we're trying to get that clickbait.
Trying to get the sweet yen. Oh, we have a voicemail.
What did I get? Wow, look, we got 3 million yangs.
We got 3 million yens from
Equivalent to $1.
All I gotta do is I gotta put my social to this website. So we got a voicemail.
Ooh.
Did we? I don't know if you got the notification because I
did.
see here.
I did.
This
No,
one's called
we did.
Bob Hope Long Dick.
Ooh, good.
So if you guys want to leave a voicemail, of course, the link is in the description below. You can see where it says leave a voicemail here.
You know what's my favorite thing too about the other day hanging out with you?
Mm-hmm.
You realize how big 6 inches actually was.
Yeah, it's huge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but on a good okay, not to talk about my penis, but there's a difference, Daniel, between self hard
So hard.
and
Shore or grower?
partner hard. There's a difference between both. Because I don't know about you.
Show hard and partner hard?
No. Self
Hard?
Like, hey man, I feel a little bit randy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna get myself fluffed up.
Versus pheromones?
A participant helping you out and getting erect, because that is like, whoa, where did this come out of?
You know the one I use where you put it in your hand, just look at it like, damn, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's called Bob Hope Long Dick. I fucking hate everything.
Hey man, would you rather have a vagina on your forehead or a bunch of penises going down your back like a stegosaurus?
What I like is that he said a vagina on your forehead, which is funny because I have a forehead because it just stretches out forever, right? But would I rather have
I got it.
a vagina on
hilarious.
my forehead or
Forehead.
or on my forehead or a bunch of penises down my back? Do they function? Can I do like a Pokemon
I want
move?
a bunch of penises.
If I get them all erect and like jack at the same time, I could just
but not behind my cards, please. Like, aim somewhere else.
Okay, that's the sort of humor that you need to think about. You need to have a bracelet, like you know how some people have the "What would Jesus do?" You need to have a bracelet like, is this joke worth it? Right?
Always.
And look at it and be like,
listen, I'll admit, not all my jokes are bangers, but like a good 80% of them are on there.
That's very, very, I would say a nice gross estimate. As to how that. I would rather have a pussy on my head, man. I'd rather have a pussy on my head than have a. Could you imagine the shirts are not going to fit well?
But dicks are better, bro. I think dicks are cool.
That's the gayest shit I've ever
That's
fucking
not
heard.
gay.
What do you mean that's not cool?
I have a dick.
Yeah,
My dick is fucking cool.
2 out of 27, Danny. 2 out of 27. Philly is writing now. Police cars on fire. We're a special bunch here.
Philly's a very strange town too, so be careful out there, bro.
I don't understand what the.
I think it's a setup, bro.
Yeah, but okay, but
I mean, I don't want to sound conspiratorial and shit, bro, but
there is some to that.
That's a nice bike, dude. For that viejo, I should go fucking rob his ass.
Wow. Okay. There's some truth in not everything being as legit, because there is some legitimacy that you're like, how did you guys get organized so well, so quickly?
Look how hard it is. Look how hard it is. I mean, have you ever gone like on a family vacation?
That's really funny. Have I ever really gone on a family vacation? I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we have weird things in the family.
Especially with 130K a year, bro. Wow, dude. All right, so but
it's the most annoying point you've ever made. My mom made decent money,
bro.
And she was the only person making money in a household of 7 people.
Listen, bro.
How the fuck is that like a lot of money?
Listen, bro. So what I'm saying is, fuck, I forgot my point.
Yeah, good. It's fucking retarded.
Oh, I remember. No, I forgot.
Fuck. 2 out of 27. You should run a cable from the headphone jack from the tablet to your mixing board, so you don't have to hold it up to the mic. I know we could do a lot of things.
That's actually, I never thought of that.
We could do a lot of things. Okay, we could do a lot. I could take the mic and I could bring it here, right? Which is still ghetto, but there's a lot of things.
I've never thought of actually putting a fucking.
Yeah, Dan, I'm in Delco.
What is even that? What does that mean?
Where's Delco? I don't know where Delco is. After Daddy left, they can't go. Waiting on his return. Yeah, that's true. We're waiting on my father's return. Him and his it's me, but like kind of fatter, I imagine. And my dad. Yeah, and definitely balding. Like not hairline receding, but like definitely balding is my father.
I would love to meet your dad.
Wider face. I mean, he's a smart guy from my understanding. And very, according to my mom, very sexually potent.
Hold on, what was the conversation you said?
According to my mom. Oh, everywhere. Baba.
The royal, what was
Baba.
it?
That's my mom. It's my mom being a fucking gross
What was that
bitch.
thing she said the other day, bro? Fuck, that killed me. Oh my God.
Because remember, this person's dad came, right? And that was my mom's first husband. Not to get into too much info here.
Okay.
And then my dad, and then the thing that was gross is like, yeah, your dad. Oh man, the first one, no, he didn't know what he was doing, but your dad, he was good. And then my mom always tells me,
say that.
Yeah, on the table, on the wall, everywhere.
She did not say
and then
that.
My mom would be like, oh, you look so much like him. I'm like,
that's so creepy.
I'm gonna fucking sweet chin music your fucking short ass creepy. Right now. I would literally F5 you if you keep fucking talking. 210 pounds.
But of all the things she said, royalty. Fuck, something about royalty. Fuck, what was that she said last time, dude, that we saw her? And you were like, just like, no, bro, that's not how that works, mom.
What are you talking about?
Fuck, dude, your mom was saying something of that.
Ignorant, I bet.
Yeah, but I mean, but it was the greatest thing ever.
Your pops missed out. Your dad's Jafar. That's Jafar when he disguising an old man at the beginning of Aladdin. That's accurate. That's accurate. Like that weird, smart like fucking. I mean, I wish I could probably put a picture and not compromise too much, but you're gonna see how my.
Can you imagine if everyone locks that guy down, bro?
What are you talking about?
You put a picture, you put a picture of your dad, and everyone find out who it is.
There's no way. My father doesn't have any like he's.
Don't underestimate the PK community, bro.
I do a lot. I do. Like, there's good reason to, but he's. I have a picture where it's like him and then my cousins and my uncles, and it's let me tell you, it looks like the meeting that they were trying to decide on 9/11. Like, it looks exactly like okay, so we're going to get 12 of us and we're going to check the aircraft. We're going to take it into the building. But how do we fall out? No, Mustafa.
This is for Allah.
Mustafa.
You're gonna get your virgins.
Tell me again how much dad got you hot. And I look like, yeah, that's the grossest thing Then my mom was like, everywhere. Oh my God. I'm like, Mom,
I can't wait for
you know what my
Thanksgiving.
mom was doing? You know what my mom was doing? My mom is a genius when it comes to making you like dislike things, because she does that move of, I'm going to pretend like it's cool, right? But I'm going to make it so cheesy that
Nothing your
you
mom
never...
does will ever be uncool.
So my mom, in order to get an effort of me never getting hard ever again, my mom's like, I'm going to traumatize my son by talking about my sexual experiences and then say, hey, you look just like your father. That's fucking gross.
Yeah, but what's worse? Being told that or actually walking in on your parents?
I've never walked in, but I've told you that. Like, I almost did, because I remember I'm like, wait a second. I don't
have.
yeah,
That's where I got my strokes from.
It's funny. Yeah, your strokes. I put that tweet the other day where I said, how does Steve Perry fuck? Right. And a lot of people said only the young, right?
Oh,
Any
that's
way you
funny.
want it.
That's funny.
So they put a bunch of puns. And the correct answer was slow yet steady missionary. Just like,
Is that your O phase?
that's not my O face. That's me starting a slow yet steady mission. Just slow yet steady missionary. Your stiff socks reminded me of your father. That's gross. Crawled in. You were too young. Shush. We're not allowed to be funny. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but that's gross. Your fans would tear his ass apart. But yeah, I need to probably post that picture of my father.
Have you ever shown me a picture of him?
I think I showed you.
Did your mom do it?
My mom do what?
Show me a picture of your dad.
No. My mom showed you a picture of like her and like he's like, oh my God, I'm with the pyramids. Like she showed you pictures of her back in the motherland. You know what I mean? Back in the motherland. So she showed you some pics of her back in like, here's the pyramids. I have to sneak up there. My mom talks a lot of shit though. My mom, I feel like, talks a lot of shit. Let's see. You know, it's fucking proved Biggie's a virgin. You know, it's funny. I put every time I post that, I think somebody commented on my Instagram like, "Oh, sometimes I do think you're a virgin." Like, bitch, the fuck does that mean? You fuck on my Instagram. I'm joking about it. All right, I'm joking about your virginity as a magician. This guy's like, sometimes I wonder if Biggie virgin or if Biggie has hottest magic girlfriend. That's a contradiction.
I wonder that too.
That's a contradiction. There are very.
What does a vagina look like?
What's a vagina look like?
Yeah.
You have some like roast beef hanging around here? Depends.
What does it smell like?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the gnarliest. But I don't like talking about that. I keep my
Your vaginas to yourself?
I keep my vaginas to myself, yeah. I don't like talking about that, man. I don't like talking about that. But what the fuck was I gonna tell you now?
Do you spit inside before you stick it in?
Do you
spit on it before you stick it in?
Okay, well, you said initially.
Yeah, no, that
could have
was
led to
gross.
something funny. You said, do you spit inside of it? And I was yeah, I just
like what was it like like Ace Ventura Pet Detective? I was trying to think of the movie.
what do you mean?
When they're doing the loogies.
Oh God, you know, okay, what I was gonna tell you is it reminded me, I saw a video, it was like a TikTok of a black dude and he's in a gas station, right? And then he shows to the right on the window and there's like a crackhead lady like knocking on the window, like kind of doing her hair. And then, dude, I almost threw up. I actually almost threw up. You just see her like, and then the biggest wad hits the window from her. She just spits like a motherfucker.
That's
like
gross.
A couple times. I would change cars at that point. I would change cars. It's like acid. It's literally acid at that point. What are you gonna?
If it touches the clear coat too, bro. Oh God, don't do that. I'd be so pissed. Especially if you just got your car waxed.
Felching. Why is felching so funny? Like that word, felching. What does felching mean?
What does it mean?
I forgot. I don't. My vernacular doesn't.
I went to Miami
extend
High.
there. Yeah,
I
was
missed
gonna
that
say,
day.
Felching definition. That sounds like a funny word. Felching. Like I felched the shit
Like a
out of her.
magician move.
Sexual practice involving the act of orally sucking semen out of the vagina or the anus of
That took a
partner.
dark turn.
Yep, I did not expect that to go in that route.
I was aroused. I had a chub. Now it's officially gone.
Remember when the Randy Orton used the playmaker as his move and called it the ozone? Daniel, the playmaker or the
That's a
ozone
virginity.
is the worst move.
We should have a virgin alert because it's about to go deep.
It is, because you know what the move is? Look it up. Look up Randy Orton ozone. Look up Randy Orton ozone. And you tell me, if you bust this move in a fight, I will suck your dick. If you ever bust this move out in a fight. The RKO, I understand. You grab the guy's neck and you pull your weight down. Okay, it makes sense. Daniel, if you do the Randy Orton ozone. It's also called the Playmaker. You could show it. You could somewhat. Look at this. I hope this doesn't get copyright stricken. We'll see. But look at the ozone. Look at the ozone. Is that Billy Kidman? Might be. Look at this shit right here.
Ooh,
look at that.
That's a banger, bro.
Okay, pause it.
Someone else had to move like that though.
But yeah, MVP. It's called the Playmaker.
Who?
MVP. That was his name. No, that's Rob Van Dam. Yeah. This guy. But you're putting your leg around the guy's neck. You're grabbing his arm, and then you're like doing.
That's not practical.
If you bust that on
that's not practical.
I was thinking the other day, as a virgin, if you do any wrestling move in a bar fight, you're God.
I've done ankle locks before. Oh, in a bar fight.
In a fight, like like a real fight situation. A real fight
ankle locks
situation.
Before. But then this ankle lock is not the way to do it. You want to fucking.
That's like a fuck.
Like you put the foot here.
Yeah.
And then you twist it like this.
Yeah, but the other ankle lock I think was made as a fictional move. You could still fuck somebody's ankle like that, but again, they have to be like, here's my leg.
How easy it is? The pod driver.
But no, honestly, if you think of any wrestling move, minor, so minor, and if you do that in a bar fight, you are a god.
Well, that Sweet Chin music
what
video.
Wrestling move? A Sweet Chin music.
That was the
god. Body slam, hip toss.
Well, hip toss is not a wrestling move.
It's wrestling. What do you mean?
It's an actual martial arts move.
Okay, but the hip toss, how the wrestlers do it. If you look up how like a hip toss, it's like I put my arm under your armpit and then you flip over.
Yeah.
Body slam. If I body slam you,
you can hurt someone if you do a body slam wrong.
You could hurt somebody, yeah, but if you do it in a bar fight, you are a god. A bulldog. If you do a bulldog in a fight, because you have to grab the guy's head in a headlock, you have to run forward and then drop on your ass.
Yeah.
Any wrestling move.
DDT.
A DDT.
Oh, that's classic.
That's probably an easy move to do because it's a front face lock, right? And all you got to do is just fall back. Just but at the same time, he also can't be fighting you because it's hard for him to. Like, it's hard for you have to put all your body weight down.
Yeah,
you could probably kill somebody.
Yeah,
you could honestly kill somebody. And then it would be great if you do the what do you call this? Jake the Snake. No, Jake. He fucking does this. He puts his arm up and then he slaps you in the back and then he fucking drops in his back.
Woo!
The rock bottom. Well, that's a judo move.
The rock bottom's a judo move.
It's a
the rock bottom.
Rock bottom.
That move looks like it's not even like
no rock bottom.
I've rock bottom my girlfriend plenty of times.
Bottom judo. I'll tell you the exact name of it. The rock bottom. It's a somebody says here, Ushido Goshi.
Stop making up words.
It's a fucking move. It's definitely a judo move. But yeah, the rock bottom is actually again. You do a rock bottom in a bar fight. Fuck, you're a god.
Well, it's fucking classic.
The guy could just a power bomb. Could you imagine a power bomb?
You have to be a strong guy, or if you're considered a legally small person, you can take advantage of that.
Fucking do that.
I could power bomb you.
Rona made me hit rock bottom. Rock bottom is a town in SpongeBob. But any move. Think about that. If you do that on a bar fight, you're a god. Yeah, like you're an absolute god.
I mean, that guy when he did that Sweet Chicken music was so classic.
But that guy, that's a 1 in a million setup. All right, that's a one. The guy's literally 100 years old and he's stumbling up, right? Like he's in a wrestling animation. Like, might as well fucking slap your thigh while you're at it, But that's that suplex. There's no way a spear in a bar fight. A spear in a bar fight is gonna end in you getting DDT'd.
No, I've seen spears before.
Yeah, but you're doing a tackle, right? But how's that going to end? Your instinct is to wrap your neck around the guy's, or wrap your hand around the guy's neck.
Yeah,
right.
It's weird.
That's the instinct. If you're trying to spear somebody. But fuck yeah, it'll be. When I saw Danny the first time, I thought it might be Piggy's boyfriend. Man, you bitch. Fuck dumb.
Yeah, you are. We're boys and we're friends.
Yeah, try to convince that. Try to convince people that's hetero. Yeah, we're boys and we're friend.
I mean, you could, holding hands with two dudes is not gay in like other parts of the world.
Yeah, but those are the parts of the world where they also crash into Twin Towers, and they isn't that weird, right? Isn't that weird? Like my family over there is probably the most homophobic family. Not homophobic; they're not scared of gays, but they do want them dead. They do want the gays dead, but they kiss, they hold hands.
Yeah,
they're very huggy. They're very touchy when it comes to that culture. They're very touchy. It's normal for dudes to hold hands, right? Mm-hmm. It's very like, but then kill the gays. Like Allah says you can't be gay. Like, but you guys are holding.
Allah
hands.
knows best.
You guys are doing a bunch of gay stuff. So Not in Europe. Yeah, it's not in Europe. I like your aesthetic today, I guess. Maybe buy me the new camera, or not the new camera, the new use of the camera. I could do this. Fuck you. Do that, right? That looks funny. That actually looks really funny. What's the other zoom? How does that look? Oh, I can't see it. Never mind. Hold on.
Oh. That's you getting head like an ugly bitch?
No, but that's I imagine Weinstein, right? Weinstein cannot be an attractive guy naked.
Epstein?
Weinstein, the other
Weinstein?
guy. The other guy that was in Hollywood doing the whole stuff.
Oh, the Jew?
I think, yeah.
Ish guy?
Obviously, yeah. But he's not an attractive guy, but I can imagine him naked getting head from like Emma Watson, allegedly.
Like moving up his gut.
Just like,
You have to move his gut up a little bit and be like, oh, there it is. And do one of these.
yeah, he looks like a South Park character. Like, he literally looks like a South Park character. I like Kite Runner, yada yada yada. Is Daniel getting a footsie? It's a movie. No, it's a book. It's a book, actually. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I think that as far as topics, I want to mention that 9/11 documentary. I should leave the link in the description to the BitChute link.
Yeah, send me that shit too, because that's interesting.
It's definitely ridiculous, and it's a case study on chronic liar.
You got to watch that documentary on Epstein on Netflix. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
Well, you also said to watch the one on Hillary, which would have gotten my fucking blood pressure up.
That one.
Where it's like sometimes you're like, yeah, I'm rooting for her.
Yeah. Well, that's on Hulu. I don't trust Hulu as much as I trust Netflix.
Everything.
Yeah, I don't trust anything.
Everything.
Question it all, guys. Question it all.
Okay, I'm glad you defeated the point. Have you dreamt of a wolf yet? I pulled my Greek card to get the curse reversed. That's funny. Well, funny enough, yesterday I was telling Daniel I had a dream where he was evading the cops after driving ignorantly, and you ended up getting but you could have, in the dream that I had yesterday, you were driving around erratically to the point where you could have done vehicular manslaughter. Like, it would have been very easy for you to do that, and then you got pulled over.
What car was I in? Mine? This
Your
one?
car, yeah.
Wow.
And
hopefully it was chipped in the dream.
In the dream, you were complaining because they gave you a day in jail, and you're like, man, that's too long, man. I can't do a day or a night. It wasn't even a day; it was a night. Like, you had to just sleep there overnight for you almost committing literally murder. And I just found that funny, and it turns out that you knew the cop, and that's how you got out of it.
I mean, that's been my luck for the past, few years.
You happen to do something ignorant, and
knowing cops, yeah.
It's like, oh, I know, Officer
I told you
Rodriguez.
the story of the one that happened over here in the corner where I drifted into my friend's house and got pulled over at gunpoint.
Ignorant. Okay, do the you getting pulled over move. Like, what's your move?
Oh, I stick my hands out like this.
Yeah.
I don't have a gun in the car, officer.
That's funny.
You are safe. I scream. I yell.
Okay.
I am safe. The car is turned off. I'm Hispanic. I'll say what I got to say, bro.
That's what I'm afraid of, man. I'm afraid of if I get pulled over, they'll be like, we got one. You know? We missed one in 9/11.
L. Pig? Yeah, he's definitely a terrorist.
We missed one. We missed one here. Guantanamo. Like, how did this one get out of Guantanamo? Mm-hmm. Is that still a thing, Guantanamo?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the contract expired during the Obama administration, I think it was.
You know what I hate?
Am I mistaken?
I hate that they have people in Guantanamo, but it's really hard to get authentic Cuban cigars. That's the part that I hate. Yeah,
bro, but...
Like, we have an entire base there. They're holding my people there.
But Cuban cigars are shit.
Yeah, but I still want to try them.
You have.
I know, but...
Those shit cigars that you hate, that's probably Cuban.
Okay, but the thing is that Daniel is very different when you have the wrapper, the binder, the leaf.
Ooh.
What's that guy with
property values going up, baby?
Lambo. There's a guy with a Lambo.
You see?
Shifting.
White people scootering? Lambos? Huh?
No, you got to have more tan Honda Civics.
I think that those people live right there, like, if your house is down, I think that chick is an escort.
You think she's an escort?
I think she's something like that.
Okay.
Because a lot of exotic cars are always there at night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And her pussy's bomb?
Bomb.com, apparently.
I mean, I can't say bomb.
I have an interesting neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hearing the noises of my neighborhood at 12 o'clock at night. Babies crying. There's like dun 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 dun.
I'm starting to think that you live in the hood more than I do.
I'm like, how it's 1 o'clock in the morning,
and the party's getting started.
Yeah, but it's like first of all, this was like quarantine. There's still parties and shit, and there's babies crying, and then I hear, oh yeah, what the fuck is this, dude? I'm like, okay, at least I feel safe because, everyone has a gun, you know. Yeah. So it's like if somebody tries anything, it's like what? It's like, try to have a school shooting at Miami High. It's going to last 2 seconds.
Why?
The guy comes in, like the white kid comes in.
Everyone has a gun in Miami High.
The white kid comes in, right? Or I've seen a lot of Vines. I've seen a lot of TikToks. There was one in particular that was like you're fucked when the weird kid does the anime walk, right? So this kid got hit in the face by a volleyball, and he goes, and he starts walking at the guy like this, like slowly. I'm like, you're about to get shot right now. You're about to get fucking murdered. So in Miami High, they would definitely everyone would be like,
and like nothing happened.
yeah, and go back to not paying attention in class.
So Dan Pizza says, when I get pulled over, I just tell them that I'm white. I have a funny story about that. I have a great story about that to show you how different it is, right? I was in Boston. This is like 4 years ago. And we're with my boy. I'm going to call him Brian. He has a very white last name, dude.
Okay.
And we're smoking weed and in his Porsche. Okay? And we're fucking driving. He's like confused. He's kind of lost. And the cops pulls him over for fucking, driving like a dick. And the guy puts one and he yells at the cop, "Why are you pulling me over for, bro?" The guy to the cop, "Why are you pulling me over, bro?" And the car reeks of weed. I'm there like, I can't afford a lawyer, bro.
That's funny.
I cannot afford a lawyer, bro. Got away. The cop's like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. Just want to make sure you guys are okay." And I'm like, what?
That's weird.
Bro?
That's
What?
Georgia, though.
No, Boston.
Oh, Boston. Wow. Okay. That's fucking...
Son?
What are you doing, huh? You know my dad. I will destroy you.
The whitest dude ever, too, bro.
Yeah?
The whitest dude ever, bro.
Okay. That's kind of odd. I would love to do that and be like, what the fuck are you pulling my... Bitch? The cop would
I
immediately...
will vote you out of Congress.
Bitch? No. The cop will be like, I'll send you back to your fucking cave, you motherfucker. Plotting out 9/12. You know what I mean? Go back and plot 9/12, motherfucker. Just tell them back in the day you knew a lot of cops. My favorite post, there's this guy named Ken M, right, who used to do Yahoo trolls. So what he would do is he would go on Yahoo Answers, right?
God.
And he would troll. Like, for example, one of the comments he would leave is like,
$86 billion mistake.
it's a question about mountains, and he goes, mountains don't have natural predators because they're so big. And then people don't understand a troll, and they'll be like, what the fuck does that even mean? And they'll just go off. And one of the things he says, it goes, I don't get pulled over because I just throw $1 on the floor when the cop pulls me over. And that's how he gets away. Just throws $1 on the floor. The way he spelled dollar was DOLLER. Killed me on that shit. It goes,
Dollar sign.
$1 on the floor, and they don't pull me over. And people are like, this is not true. This isn't like how you...
And that was a thing, huh?
But people...
The legend.
He just trolled people. Yeah, he trolled... he was known for trolling on Yahoo. So whenever
Did someone ever find out who he was?
They did an interview with him, and it was blacked.
Oh, wow.
It was blacked out, so you couldn't see his face.
Oh,
but he's
pussy.
like, dude... He was saying how, like, he got... No, be surprised. He had his own career. He didn't want people to...
Dude, if you're going to be a troll, man up, bro.
I guess, but maybe he had significant reason not to want to dox himself, but still, tremendous guy.
Pussy.
What else? I think that was it. 9/11.
We haven't decided food, bro. We should decide some food.
Yeah, okay.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. Anything that's enough to make me feel satisfied and make me feel like God. You saw the video I sent you with Norm Macdonald about the cheese sandwich. Dude, that thing that makes me feel like God. Let's talk about murdering.
Oh, that,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
With the cheese sandwich, he has a whole van full of cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. What's in your left hand?
I don't have anything in my left hand, all right? If there's anybody here that would know what I have in my left hand, it would be me. I don't have anything. Oh, this? Just a cheese sandwich. Oh, you like cheese sandwiches? That's a tremendous
What's
bit.
going on here, bro, huh?
You got some nice cars, man. And then you got your what do you call this? Your fucking Volkswagen, right?
Don't talk shit about my car.
Your Volkswagen out here.
You leave Guadalupe out of this.
You gotta have a, you know what car you gotta get? You gotta get a Ford Freestyle from 2005, or a Chevy Impala with the round
Used.
lights.
Oh god,
Brown
that's
lights?
the worst Impala ever.
That's the best Impala.
That's the worst Impala
That
ever.
says ideal drugs for a living. That's the car says.
That says I couldn't afford a car, so I got an Impala with round fucking lights.
That car, buying that car is literally probable cause.
Especially in Champagne.
Having that listen, you said this the other day and you didn't believe it.
I don't.
Tan cars, all right, are the black people cars. I don't know what it is about black people and tan cars, but
I'm
they
trying to
love
think of,
tan cars. If you look at First 48,
does your friend who's black drive a Champagne car?
he did.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, statistically.
He
So
fucking
therefore,
did.
technically, that's not racist.
Listen, so First 48, they're like, oh, so we're looking for this individual. His name is he goes by the name Bullet. Real name's Rondo. Goes by the name Bullet.
Rondo Bullet.
Last time he was seen in tan Chevy, whatever, right? Look for champagne colored cars. Champagne is a nice way of saying tan. Tan means
That's a very specific name. Like why is it champagne?
Louis C.K. has a great bit on this. He goes, you don't purposely
Louis C.K.
buy.
the Dick Man?
Dude, yeah.
Ooh.
He goes, you don't purposely buy a tan colored car. Like that's a car that you don't purposely buy. Like you're at the end of your rope if you decide to get a tan colored car.
God, if I ever buy myself a tan colored car, I'm just gonna off myself.
Yeah. Because what do you...
This is the only thing we have in your budget, Mr. Cabrera. Fuck. It's come to this. It's come to this, huh? Pop.
Dodge Neon. There you go. It has a Dodge Neon.
Don't talk. Oh, man. Those Dodge Neons back in the day, the SRT4s, the Skittles. Let me tell you, that car right there was one of the greatest fucking cars of all time.
So what else, Daniel? I think that we're good on this
I'm good.
particular show.
I'm just hungry, bro.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining this fantastic episode of Ham Radio with new production value. New production value. I think the next thing we got to get our lights somehow to kind of make this a
For
little
a
bit
better host.
But that's okay. But I mean, there's depth. Look at that. There's like focus. There's like autofocus on the shit. But the only problem with this is that the lights is a little bit iffy. I think we need to figure out the lights.
Yeah.
And it'll look a lot better. But I think that's the hotness. You know what I was gonna order? I was gonna order us the new shirts that I made.
You made some new shirts?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's literally just a ham radio polo thing. But it's still nice.
I don't know. I feel like that was so fucking shitty.
So I gotta order those for us so we could shill those shirts, right? Have a turnaround on this fucking podcast. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna be here on Wednesday or earlier if we feel like it, because that's the sort of vibe we have. Stay safe out there. It's easy to get caught up in dumb shit, but stay safe. Stay protected, and make sure to don't touch that bod until you cover that rod.
That's actually a really good one.